Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another segment of Story Time with Brother Reality. This story is called AOA. It's kind of tough to tell. The people in my inner circle, they know about this story, but for those who don't know, I'm going to share it with you. Let me take you back to October of 2009. It was a regular day. It was kind of sunny at first, but throughout the day, the weather started to get bad. And of course, everybody saw on the news that it was a flash flood warning. But me, I had a Bluetooth at that time, and it went out on me. So I took it upon myself around 7, it was a little past 7 p.m. And I took it upon myself to go ahead and go to the store. I was going to Best Buy to get me a new Bluetooth. So on my way there, I'm headed there just to go there, come right back. Wasn't going to be a long trip at all. All of a sudden, when I make a right turn, the water is pretty much on the hood of my car. Just out of nowhere, the water is on the hood of my car. So I'm not panicking yet. I'm just trying to navigate, like, okay, how can I get out of this situation? So I started trying to turn away from the water, but of course, there was nowhere to turn. Next thing I know, I'm in a ditch, 8 feet deep, with water up to my neck, and Michael Jackson, Baby Be Mine is just blaring, because that's what I was listening to at the time. It's just blaring, So, still, I'm not panicking because, of course, I know how to swim. Shout out to my mom and dad, And, I'm trying to get out the car, but the door won't budge. So I had to kick the door as hard as I could to get out, because the water now, it's up to my neck. It's rushing up. And me, I'm almost underwater. So I finally get the door open, and I climb my way out of the water, out of the ditch, onto higher ground. And by this time, it's people surrounding my car. Just people surrounding my whole car. They're surrounding the vehicle that's going underwater at this point. So this white guy runs up to me and asks me, "Hey, is anybody else in the car?" I'm like, nah, man, nobody else is in the car. It was just me. And while I'm watching that was my first car. Man, I love that car. That was my first car. So I'm watching my car go down as Michael Jackson is still playing. The car is under the water. I'm still hearing Michael Jackson singing. All right. So I'm watching my car just descend into water. And the white guy who ran up to me, who was asking me if I was okay and everything, he offered to give me a ride home. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'll take anything at this point. So still, I guess I'm still in shock at this point, because I'm like, man, what the hell just happened, man? All I was doing was going somewhere to just pick something up and come back home. Next thing I know, my car is gone. I don't have a car anymore. And the guy, he takes me home, and I'm knocking on the door at my mom and dad's house. I'm knocking on the door like, just trying to get them to let me in. And they come to the door, and I'm soaking wet, man. I'm soaking wet. And my mom is like, "What happened to you?" And all I could do was just walk in the house. I walked in the house, and I'm still in shock at this point. And I start trying to explain to my mom and dad what happened, but I'm not coherent. I'm not getting it out like I should be. And basically, I was in like a trance that whole night. My mom and dad just kind of let me be, and I was kind of in a trance that whole night. So the next day, so let's take it back. While my car is going down, let me tell you what I have in my car. I had a 10-disc CD changer in my car, right? All my CDs, I'm talking about a CD collection. I had a CD collection that nobody could touch. Nobody. I had songs that I can't even find now. I had songs on those CDs I can't even find right now. So let's fast forward to where I was before I went back. The next day, my mom and dad go to the spot to identify my vehicle, but my vehicle is gone. But there's stuff that was in my car that's scattered all over the place. It's just scattered all over the place, but my car is not there. So my mom and dad find out where my car is. They go up there, they identify the vehicle, or they try to identify the vehicle, but they couldn't find it. The guy had to show them where my car was because they had walked past it a few times. The guy at the junkyard, because they went to a junkyard to identify my vehicle, the guy at the junkyard had to tell them that this is the car that we found. Now, my mom and dad couldn't believe the shape that the car was in. Alright, so they come back home, and when they get home, they tell me that, hey, car is done. No salvaging it, no trying to save it, that car is finished. And my dad pulled me to the side. And, my dad, I'm going to have to explain my dad later on. Greatest man in the world. Nobody comes close to him. He's a straight shooter, and he's never lied. Never lied to me before. So that's my dad, But he told me straight up. He said, man, you're lucky to be alive. Because I saw the shape that their car was in, and there's no way that you should still be alive looking at that car. And I guess that's when it hit me, and I'm like, okay, through the grace of God, I dodged the bullet, and for most people, well, cause see, on that same night, 3 people died the same way that I should have. There were three other incidents that happened just like mine, and all 3 of those people died except me. Now, when they take you, to the hospital, they say you're dead on arrival, when you get to the hospital. But for me, I was fortunate enough to be alive on arrival. All right, y'all. Thank you for rocking with me for another segment of Story Time with Brother Reality. I'm your host. Got love for all y'all, man. Holla at me next time. Peace.